Hey guys, so it's 10 p.m. once again, and we are back for another stocks by request. And it's becoming a habit, no? Most likely, most of the stock by request videos are coming out at 10 p.m. And then if there's a bonus, there's another one coming out at 11 p.m. on my second channel. And I posted one yesterday in the second channel. Walang nanood, no? But I'm still thinking about if I'm gonna do another extension there. But for this video, I want to talk about APL. I want to talk about PHA. I want to talk about ACEN. I want to talk about BDO, Dito, SM Prime, and Ayala Land. And if you guys really want it, on the next video in the second channel, an hour after this, comment below if I want more. I'm going to talk about MRC, AC, SM, Pure Gold, MM, MHA, and BSC. So if you guys want another video talking about those seven stocks, comment below. I want more, and then we're going to do that as well. Now, before I talk about the seven stocks, I always talk about the PSEI first. So this is how the PSEI looks. This is its general progression, and it's still the same thing, same narrative that it has not broken out from the 7,307 resistance level, and we are still consolidating. So from yesterday's video, nothing much has changed. We are still consolidating for the PSEI with the 7,307 resistance level still confirming and showing itself strong. Now, let's zero in. Let's talk about and let's start with the stocks that I've mentioned and promised and committed to all of you. So let's start with Ayala Land first, which closed at 40.4. It's down 2.53%. Value turnover is at 279 million pesos. By the way, no, since this is out by 10, I hope you were able to see the video I posted at 8 o'clock where we had Carlo Ople talk about anong gagawin mo pag entrepreneur ka, pag business person ka, pag empleyado ka, pag buwagsak yung stocks mo, how should busy people who have businesses, trade the markets. Then at 6 p.m. kanina, I talked about primer again on the DD Meridian Park REIT. So for Ali, similar to yesterday, nothing has changed. It's still moving sideways from the break of its uptrend right here. Um, what we're seeing right now is downward move because it failed to go above the 20-day moving average, but it's still at the support. So key area to watch out for tomorrow, Thursday, and on Friday is if the 40.4 level will hold. Because if it holds, then we are seeing Ali move in the same fashion. 42.1 resistance, 40.4 support. Failure to hold the 40.4 support. Next possible area for it is it could retrace back down to the 38.12 level. So that's its possible narrative. That's its possible landing spot. But nothing has changed from yesterday. It's still consolidating 40.4, then with a resistance at the 42.1 level. Next stock that I want to talk about is another property slash mall stock, SM Prime Holdings. For SM Prime Holdings, no, it closed lower again, 39.3 pesos per share. It's down 1.01 percent. Value turnover is 416 million pesos. And for SM Prime, if you look at it clearly, it's still the same no as yesterday. That if you see it right here, I'll draw this. I'll draw this. Then if you'll allow me to zoom out here, you will see this. SM Prime, generally speaking, is currently consolidating. And if you look at it here from this perspective, it's lower than the resistance that we have pegged here. So you have the 20-day moving average trying to protect it. But if the 20-day moving average does not do something, let me fix my color. No, later na nga, I think. And if it does not hold that particular level, the possible retracement for it is it goes somewhere here. So again, two things to watch out for this area, this resistance level. If this pushes selling more, and then the 20 and 50-day moving average does not hold, then we may see it retrace. But if the 50-day moving average is strong, and then we see a possible bounce, then it could attack this area right again. But nothing has changed. It's still consolidating. SMPH as of today is still moving sideways. Now, number five, Dito. For one of the few times that we've seen Dito in terms of value turnover, not massively strong. No, if you've been following the Dito story, it's been getting more than a billion of value turnovers for the past few weeks. But for today, the stock closed up 12.08, up 1%, but volume, value turnovers weakening. Um, it's still clear that you have a support and resistance range right here. With the main support line, you could peg it somewhere around this particular level. So for Dito, the main support line is still holding, it's still consolidating right now, and it's uh, steadily no still at that particular level since the breakout of December 29, since the movement from December 29. So it has been consolidating from an 11.37 support range to a 14 peso resistance or somewhere around that level since the end of the year 2020. And it's still whatever movement that you're seeing right now is still predicated on the breakout from the 8 peso level, which we saw at December 21, 2020. All indicators here, this is still above zero, still bullish. Then 24, 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average are still bullish. One thing that you might consider though, should there be more selling, we may one thing that you could watch out for is how RSI responds over the next few days. Next stock that I'd like to talk about is BDO. By the way, Jonathan Ravelas of BDO will be in the podcast tomorrow. So very, listen to his insights because he's a very good, not just technician, but he knows how to weave through the markets also, given that he has been there for over 30 plus years. BDO up 0.4505%, closed 111.5. You have a resistance right here at the 115 mark for the short term, and I think it's around 115, 114, no? And I made this in the previous videos that it has not broken out of that particular level since this area last year. So it has been sideways and it has been swinging. And the reason why it went down the past few days because it failed to break out that level around December 18. So it has a chance once again to do that. So watch out for it. No, um, if it has some hesitation, then there's a possibility that it could still retrace somewhere around this level for the short term. So I'm putting a short term support level here as evidenced by the breakout here and as evidenced by its bounce from support here. So it would be interesting to see how it would move from the 115 level because if it does not break that, it could consolidate at this area. Then you have a shorter and weaker support range. Oh, you have a longer and stronger support range somewhere around the 84 peso mark. So that's where we are for BDO. It's still at this point in time sideways. This video has been requested. This at least stock has been requested by Javi Rafael. Breakout from this area will give you a resistance around this mark. And I think somewhere around that particular area should you see it break out further. So BDO right now is close to the resistance. Failure to break that may cause it to retrace back to the 98 peso mark or at least 99 to 100 peso mark. Next is we have ACEN here. ACEN has been down once again, no? Pretty much because of the all of the fanfare from the um, how do I say this? All of the fanfare from the SRO is out of the picture. It's just floating above the 50-day moving average. But I just like to note this that it's also above this particular support range that's protecting it. So a couple of things that you may need to consider for ASEN is this. Oops, sorry about that. It's this. I'll try to put a circle in it. This, and that's why you're seeing bits and pieces also of downward action. So it would be interesting to see if it bounces off the 50-day moving average, which also coincides with this support level that I posted. And if it does, then most likely it will try to attack this very thin level of resistance and this particular area. But if it does not, bantayan nyo if ASEN fails to hold the 5.68 support level, possible retracement could be here at 4.4. So I guess by the way you guys have been requesting it, no, it will still be in our top requested stocks for tomorrow. But failure to hold the 5.68 level may cause it to retrace to 4.44, bounce from 5.68, then it could attack the resistance, which is at the 6.65 level. So that's where we are for ASEN. By the way, guys, as we continually talk about this, before I proceed to the last three stocks for this particular video, which last two stocks na lang pala for this particular video, we did Ali, SM Prime Dito, BDO, ACEN. As we go for PHA and APL, please do remember, we talk about this on a daily basis. But if you've been watching this for the first time, these are not stock picks. This is me sharing my way of how I analyze stocks. And never buy a stock just because I discuss it here. Never sell a stock just because I discuss it here. This video is for informational purposes, and I do hope that you study, do your own due diligence, and we never create videos here that are get rich quick. It's This channel is never about sundin niyo yung sinabi ko, bilhin niyo tong stock na to. This channel is here to give you skills, share my experience, share my strategies so that you in turn can do your own research. This is not that, eto bilhin niyo kasi ito binili ko. This is not, oh, ito yung binili ko, gayahin niyo to. No, it's never about that. It's here to show you that technicals can work if it's done properly and you do your own due diligence. But as what I always say, use this channel for data and information. But after you watch this video, create the time that you do your own research, create the time that you learn technicals on your own, because it's your money, it's your responsibility. It has to be you who should create the framework on when you should buy, sell, hold your stock. Last two stocks, PHA, which is very popular in terms of how it's requested the past few days. PHA is up still 20.85%. This is its current progression. MACD, RSI, GMMA, all of the moving averages that I'm using are relatively bullish. Then today closed again with a relatively large candlestick. It's still moving up based on the breakouts that we have generally here. So PHA from a trend standpoint, GMMA, MACD moving averages are still showing you that it's bullish. RSI is overbought, but it's not showing you any trend reversal yet. Then today's large candlestick movement is just showing more and more people are willing to buy the stock at a higher pace. Lastly, APL, before I end, links are down below. I think one or two slots are left for our technical analysis small group session for Metro Manila. Training course, small group, live, classroom setting, end of January. Link is down below. Then I'm still thinking of a Zoom class, maybe at some point this first quarter. Comment below if you're interested. Comment Zoom if you like that. Then we're still making the online course. Details for those who want to trade US markets are in the description below. And other things that you want to know more about me, you can see it in the description also below. The books, the playlist, and everything else in between. But if you like what you're hearing, appreciate it if you could press subscribe, hit the bell so you get updated, and you press the like button for this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm. So lastly, APL, second day already of downward movements for the stock, here. But it's still far from where the 20-day moving average is. We have not seen a cross down yet from here. We're seeing the RSI already start to slope down, but one thing is evident yet, it still has not crossed down this how do I put this, the overbought level, or at least a 70 level. And if I'll plot this all together for all of you, you could plot that here and you could plot this. So one signal could be if it breaks down from this particular upward trending line that I posted, and this upward trending line, the longer one, which also coincides to where the 20-day moving average is. But again, allow me to update you should there be any significant moves from the moving average, from the trend, from support and resistance, which there's a breakout point here, no, by the way, which happened at the end of December, which is not also broken as of now. So this particular 0.108 price point coincides with the 20-day moving average, coincides with the trend. GMMA, MACD, no signal yet that it's showing us any cross down, which is a bearish signal. So that's where we are as of this point in time. I hope that this gave you enough insight to be able to weave through and analyze the markets with confidence, because that's all I want. I want you guys to win. If you guys want more of this, comment, I want another video, and we're gonna do another one in the second channel an hour after this. So that's it for now. Marvin Gurma, I hope this massively helps you and gives you the conviction to be able to trade the markets with confidence. So see you all again soon, guys. And comment, I'm learning, if you're learning and if you stayed up until the end. God bless you and trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon.